Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, June 23rd. It is hot out today, 92, 93 degrees and partly cloudy. Pretty much no chance of rain. Wind is at 10 miles an hour. I am currently T-minus 21 days, or exactly 3 weeks, from a Smoky Mountains hike, 3-day hike that I have planned for next month. And so I have a lot of work to do to get ready for that. The hike today is planned to be about 7 miles. Going to go from the neighborhood to a road walk to the Mine Creek trailhead on Sawmill Road in North Raleigh. We're going to follow the Mine Creek Trail to the Mine Creek Greenway, then to Shelly Lake, around Shelly Lake to the Millbrook parking lot, then from there to Crabtree Creek Trail interchange, and then to the back of Crabtree Mall at the McDonald's there. At which point we'll make a game time decision on whether we're going to have dinner at a restaurant nearby or if Rita and Laila will just come pick me up. So thanks for being with me today, and I hope you enjoy the hike. So much cooler. If I did this hike early in the morning instead of in the heat of the day, it seems like it would be better. But right now it's over 70 degrees in the morning. And actually being under the canopy is so humid, it doesn't feel quite as hot. You know, it's 92 degrees, but I'm drenched in sweat almost immediately, so it's uncomfortable. This is a brand new bench. I think I'll make use of it. We are at 0.92 miles. So this is basically 1 mile bench. Already sweating like crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the electrolytes. Even though it's only 7 miles, this is gonna be pretty tough for me because this will be my distance personal record for 2024. Heart rate's down to about 100. That neighborhood walk got me up to about 140 up that first hill. That's pretty typical. But lately my heart rate's been much lower when I'm hiking, but this heat will increase my heart rate quite a bit. So, but I'm happy with it. It goes right back down. I try to keep it certainly under 150. If I get anywhere close to 150, I usually just stop and focus on my breathing and get it back down to around the 135 range. I like to keep it right around 130. I like to do a lot of zone 1 training, so 125 to 135 range is supposed to be a good fat burning zone, so I try to do most of my hikes in that range. So if I see it going up too high, then I just slow down a little bit, take a few more breaks if I need to. And if I can't get it over, 120, then I'll just pick up the pace. So lately I've been having to pick up the pace. So I'm doing about 20-minute miles. So picking up the pace is good. All right, break time's over. I usually sit for only about 5 minutes or so and then get right back on trail. We need rain. I'm gonna have to filter that kind of water today probably. Yuck. I mentioned that we need rain. This is usually all underwater, and with a pretty good current too. This trail uses the same blaze as the Mountain to Sea trail. So that blaze will be a common sight next month when I go to Clingman's Dome to start segment 1. I've already done segment 11 and most of 10, which is 10 is around Eno and Falls Lake. And then segment 11 is from Falls Dam down towards Clayton. I'm going to do it all again this year probably. I will record it and post it this time. I'd like to do the whole thing as like a, oh, I don't know, a 7 to 10 day trip would be nice. Path used to go that way. Erosion got a hold of it. So somebody, either the walkers, the hikers, or trail maintainer, somebody diverted it around. It's been like that for quite some time. You know, last year it was passable, but it was a little sketchy. See, it's doable, but it's not terribly safe. Three-quarters of a mile in. There's a little day camp, well, I call it a day camp site down here. Got a little open area. Nice to set up a hammock or tent or just sit and have lunch. I'm ready for the next park bench. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down this way, but we're gonna come back and go up that hill because due to erosion again, there's a couple trees that you have to try to shimmy around, that's a good word, shimmy, I don't know. Anyway, it's sketchy. Nice place to get water when there is good running water here. This tree with the erosion is similar to the other two, but this one just hasn't quite got as bad. You could potentially go that way or this way. But the other two trees on the end of this route are just too far gone. You have to go up over them, and even then it's a little steep and rocky and no fun. I did it 2 days ago, coming their other direction. I didn't really like it, so I'm not going to go that way again. Going this way is a little easier, but I forgot my trekking poles again. So without that extra support, I'm not interested. Anyway, this is the little day camp. I use that rock quite a bit, and I probably will here in just a minute too. Used to sit on these logs, but now they're pretty chewed up. I'm afraid you'd be sitting in a nest of termites or ants or something. But pretty cool little spot. If I say I'm at a day camp or my secret day camp, this is usually where I'm at. Okay, back to the hill. This goes up to a little ridge line, that's what you want to call it, and then back down to the Greenway. And another glorious bench. Wonder if I'll remember to edit that out. If not, I almost fell on my butt. This downhill is pretty sketchy too, but it's not bad at all if you've got good traction, good grip on your shoes. Famous last words. Who's taking betting odds? Yeah, no problem. Okay, so this is the Greenway now. Trail name is still the same, but now it's part of the Greenway. At least I think that's true. The signs and all trails and maps, they don't really, they're not all on the same page. So we just got off of Mine Creek Trail,
Oh yeah, and we're still on Mine Creek Trail, but now it's the Greenway. But there's plenty of places where all trail and signs posted and that kind of stuff just don't match because they just haven't been updated in a while. But there's our mile number 2 bench, and I'm not ashamed to say I need it and I'm gonna take it. Now that we're on the Greenway, there are signs of human life. But one of the conveniences of hiking in 90+ degree weather is there's not many people out here really. I bet we don't see more than a dozen. I might be wrong, I don't know. Got a photographer up there. Bye bye bench. I miss you. On to the next bench. Well, we're heading to Shelly Lake now. We've got a couple little side trails and a nice little tunnel to go underneath on the way there. And we're going underneath Glen Road. I could go up there, get on Glen Road, and walk home pretty quickly. Trail's a lot longer. Of course, I start out going the opposite direction, so that doesn't really help. I mentioned we need rain. It's gonna be the title of this video. Did I mention we need rain? Just past the Lynn Road. It's not on my all trails because I don't think I could click on this side trail. But I always take the side trail. It's probably about the same amount of miles. This kind of loops this way and that one kind of loops that way. But I'd much rather be on this dirt trail than the pavement any day of the week. Especially this kind of trail. It's kind of a sandy, pine needle bedded trail. It feels really good on my feet. If all trails could be like this, your feet probably wouldn't be a major issue, but they're not. This is another spot where erosion has taken away the old trail. So now we go this way. Again, that was open last year, the other direction, but it was a little sketchy. So it's good that they divert it. Pretty, pretty. Has anyone noticed while I've been out here hiking, especially on these trails, how beautiful God's creation is? This is why I want to hike. Just get closer to it all. Even if I gotta hear the highway in the background, this is still beautiful. Little green tunnel. Another erosion spot they're probably gonna have to address before too long. And then I don't know if you can see it yet, but we're coming up on the Greenway again. So nice little side trails over, and we won't get another one like that unless we take a little side trail right at Shelly Lake, which I'm probably going to. I feel really good. My heart rate is crazy higher than it was last time I hiked, but it's just the heat is crazy. But I feel fine. Just drenched from head to toe. That's a little miserable. So if I needed to, I'd get water from right there. And I've got my filter on me, always. Never making that mistake again. So I just came from there. That goes around the other direction of Shelly Lake. Actually, if you go that way, it's sort of where the eagles are nesting. Have been for a couple years now. And yeah, that bench is in full sunlight. I think I'll keep moving. So it's Greenway all the way from here all the way to Crabtree Mall. So other than a couple cool bridges and a couple of nice lake views, there's not a whole lot to show other than sidewalk. I can feel the breeze coming off the pond or the lake. Oh, it feels good. I don't get a view of this pier very often. There's always quite a few people on it. Ducks. This is a waterproof bag. I've got my big power bank in here as well to recharge all of my devices. But this is the battery pack charger that I bought for the Osmo Action 4. So my battery is now dead. So that flips up. Take this out. Take one of these out. Pop that back in. And now you can see, I hope, that it's got a red light, so it's charging. So you can get status by pushing the button. So the nice part about this little deal is that you can plug it in to charge it up, or you can plug in your devices to charge your devices off of this. So it's not as good as the power bank that's dedicated to recharge my items, but it's a nice little emergency backup. Because while I may not need to do any more videoing, I definitely would want to charge my phone or my watch if I needed to. So now that's back to working. And I have a full charge. It'll be interesting to see me go from that view to that view. And that is how I hold my Osmo Action on the end of that magnet clip. But then my octopod, or whatever you call these things, it can bend around trees. It can also flip up and hold my phone. So that flips on there like that. So that piece right there flips up. I don't know if I can do it on here. Flips up like that and can hold my phone. So it's a nice little multi-use head, and it's on a ball joint, so I can turn it. It's got another little cold shoe there. It's got another mount screw there, and these flex, so I can attach them to a tree or the back of a bench, or I even can wrap it around my neck and hold it so it can just be around my neck and record what I'm seeing as I'm walking. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll be taking this on the Mountain to Sea Trail and the Appalachian Trail when the time comes. I guess maybe it's margarita time. Just like the LMNT or Element, I am not sponsored. But I like these two products quite a bit. while I'm still sitting here at Shelly Lake. I've drank a liter of water. I'm going to go up to the clubhouse and use the facilities and then make the rest of the way. Another 3.5, 4 miles to go. I stink terrible. Almost can't stand myself. I decided to go up the stairs back of the office area to the picnic area. It was a very short distance, but those stairs were brutal and you're already tired. That wore me out. A tenth of a mile, 2/10 of a mile, need another break. Anyway, we're here at the office now. Park Center, whatever you want to call it. Back down the hill to the lake. This is a whole lot longer than those stairs. But going up those stairs was not much fun. I really wanted to take this little side trail. It goes to my favorite little bridge. But it's my favorite little bridge because the stream, the inlet, is so pretty. With the water coming down, it's like a waterfall. But with it being, did I mention that we need rain? With it being so dry, I don't imagine there's any water coming down it. And I still got 3.5 miles to go or so, so I think I'll just skip it. Hopefully once I get past the Shelly Lake Millbrook parking lot, it's going to be nice and flat and open, so hopefully there's more of a breeze. But yeah, it's hot. Got to get used to it though. Probably lost 5 pounds of water today by the time I'm done. I've drank 3 liters of water so far. I think that's right. I drank 2 liters of water. I think I drank 2 liters of water so far. And away we go. Now there's cool new artwork up here. I'll show you when we get there. I was by here the other day, just last week, and the artist was busy at work. Very nice. Ooh, the knees. Going uphill is exhausting. Going downhill kills my knees. We'll get there though. Just came down that hill and we're going to Crabtree. Right at 4.5 miles, leaving Shelly Lake. 4.43. It's 2.5 miles to the McDonald's, and then probably another 1/4 mile to a restaurant. So we should be over 7 miles today. Not feeling too bad. Feet are just starting to hurt a little bit. My knee, of course, because of the hills back there on that dam, are hurting just a little bit. That usually goes away. The feet will need the mild bench breaks, and it'll be fine. Used to, my feet would be killing me. Within 3 or 4 miles, my feet would be done. Now I'm good to go. I'm just now starting to feel it at about 4.5 miles. And of course, last year I got up to where I was regularly doing 10, even 15 miles at a go. So we've got a ways to do to get back to that, but I've only been back at this for about a week now. So I think we're doing really good, starting off a lot stronger than I have in the last 2 years. This is the last time I have to let it slide though. I got to keep it up and keep on going because I've got a big monumental task ahead. That guy that just passed on the bike had crazy hair. It was a big old bushy, long curly, with a bandana. He looked like he was right out of the 60s. Kind of wish I would have kept recording. He looked like he walked in right off the Welcome Back Cotter class or something. What was his name? Horseshack? I think that's who he looked like. I can't remember if that was his name or not. Tell me in the comments below if you remember what the curly head, funny laughing guy was on Welcome Back Cotter. And tell me if you've never heard of Welcome Back Cotter. Showing my age. Changed my mind. I'm going to title this video blah 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 blah. All I'm doing is doing a bunch of rambling. But you know, if I wasn't talking to you, I'd be talking to myself. Sort of talking to myself anyway, I guess. Okay. Used to call this bridge Martha's Bridge because we told our friend Martha about a big black snake that was hanging out on the rocks right outside the edge of that bridge railing. And of course she hates snakes, so she didn't want to walk this way anymore. So we just call this Martha's Bridge. This splits in a couple different directions up here. But my watch just said that this is 5 Mile Bench. So it's time for a break. See what I mean? This whole part of the trail is called Ironwood Trail on the signs. And I'm pretty sure that on my All Trails map, it still says Mine Creek Trail all the way down until it turns into Crabtree. So I may update my instructions, or my intro, I mean. And then that's the Inman Road, I guess, Inman Connector. Yep. I think that Inman Connector, I can get on Lead Mine Road pretty quickly from there. So it's a nice little bailout spot, but I've never used it. Along this part of the section, or along this section of the trail, those, I don't know what they're called, sewer access or something, I don't know. They do stink, so I imagine it's sewer or runoff or something. But anyway, they're painted here as well. I think that artist that did the one, the new one that I showed earlier, should come and redo all these because they're pretty wore out. I'm sure they were very nice when they were first painted, but they're due for a refresh. Okay, we're at 5.5 miles. Of course, I screwed up the mileage by going to the park office or whatever, but this is North Hills Road crossing. This is the only place you actually have to cross a road. But the cars are pretty good about stopping for you. That tree fell down. It wasn't like that the other day. I should have recorded this a little sooner, but right after that road crossing, this trail is crooked. Normally I should be walking over here, but this section of the trail leans. The road leans, so I always feel like I'm getting shoved off the side of the road or the trail, so I just switch over and walk on this side. It's a little better. Generally speaking, I'm not a fan of bridges. I don't like driving over them. But when you're on the trail, any trail, these bridges are a welcome reminder of where you're at. They're nice landmarks. It breaks up the monotony of just a straight or winding trail. So I tend to record every one I go over. Just because it's something different. Some of them are quite pretty. Some of them not so much. This one that we're getting ready to come up to reminds me of being at a zoo or something. So that way is North Hills Park, but it's Crabtree Creek Trail, and then this is where it stops with the Ironwood Trail, I believe. So I've only went that way once before, ever, maybe. I think it's mostly up a big hill to a park. I'll have to check it out sometime. Not today. This is now Crabtree Creek Trail, and we will take this the rest of the way in. And I think we're probably going to be stopping at McDonald's. The restaurant we were thinking about going to is going to close before I get a chance to get there. They close early on Sundays, so I think we might be going. I might be getting a pickup at McDonald's, and then go home and eat a big old chunk of watermelon. 6 mile bench. And I'm stopping. We got less than a mile to go, I think. Might even be only a half a mile. I might not make 7 miles today. Only stopped there for about 2 minutes. Heart rate's doing pretty good now. I'm at 135. I checked on my maps for walking distance. It says I'm 0.8 miles from the McDonald's. I just passed the 6 mile mark on my Garmin, so I may not get 7 miles today. But my personal record for this year so far, accounting for a whole week and a half worth hiking, is 6.6 miles. So this would be 6.8 or so. So either way, I'm making progress. And it for being this hot, I'm pretty proud of myself, because I got a whole lot of quit in me right now. I may ever heard their grandpa tell them that boy got a whole lot of quit in him. Blah blah blah. This is the one, I don't even know if you'd call this a bridge, but Crabtree Creek's way down there. And they got this metal fence and then this stone wall. Piece chunk of wood there, guardrail. I don't know, this little section just reminds me of how they lay out like zoos or amusement parks, but mostly zoos, I guess. Am I crazy? Yeah, that probably goes without saying, but anybody that wants to come and do this walk with me, I know most of my followers are people that know me personally. If you ever want to do this walk, I like to do this about every other day, at least 5 miles of it. I like doing the Shelly Lake Millbrook parking lot to the McDonald's, grab a black iced coffee, and then 2.5 miles there, and then 2.5 miles back. So it's a nice little 5 mile thing with a treat in the middle. Anybody who wants to do that with me, give me a call. I think in this heat I'm almost preferring to do that trip in the evening though, which actually works better for most people's work schedules. Oh, we're getting close now. This is going under Century Drive, and then right after that should be Glenwood. I've never gotten off of this road. I don't know what that looks like as far as an access point. We're at 6.5 miles right now. I think we only have about a 1/4 mile left. Biggest bridge of the trail so far, I guess. And that's Glenwood right there. Even the cars smell better than I do right now. It's a fair bit cooler down here. Not gonna lie, I always think this little under this bridge is sketchy. I don't know if you've ever seen this or not. It's been here for a while now, a couple of years. These poles show flood heights for different hurricanes and floods and things like that. I guess floods from hurricanes. It's pretty interesting. Both of those would be over my head right now. Most of these, almost all of these would be over my head right now. And the current watermark is down there now, right now. I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm thinking. Or do you? I'm thinking right underneath that bridge is McDonald's. That's what I'm thinking. What were you thinking? What were you thinking I was thinking? And then there's some artwork underneath here with flags that represent the letters of the name of the hurricane or the storm. You should come check it out if you haven't seen it before. It's pretty interesting. I might have to do a whole video on it and just explain it. But it's pretty cool. I was actually walking this trail a couple years ago, I guess 2 years ago, when the artist was painting that. Pretty cool. Oh, right up there is McDonald's. I just gotta walk around. And I'm at 6.7 miles right now, so I beat my all-time high for the year. By a little bit. Alright, next video you should see Rita and Laila trying to talk me into eating a Big Mac or something terrible for me. There's Rita and Laila. Hey, baby. What are you doing? Are you excited to see me? Wait till you get a sniff of me. You won't be excited anymore.
All right, what you want?
Hi, honey, my savior, my guardian angel.
What would you like?
Look at her.
I know, she saw you.
Ice water. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube, Laila. Say hi, YouTubers. She got all official this month. All right, well, that's it for today. That's it for today. I'm exhausted. 6.8 miles. I know, mommy's coming right back. Bugs. 6.8 miles. Normally would have walked further that way towards the back of Crabtree, but not today. So I'm gonna probably record the intro for this tomorrow morning. Probably didn't need to tell you that. But anyways, it was a good walk. My feet are okay. I'm covered in sweat. It was super hot, as you can imagine. I maybe could have put another half mile in me, but I didn't have much left in the tank now. So I'm getting me a banana strawberry smoothie, but before that I'm going to drink an extra large ice water. And I've just about finished my, what is it, my 3rd or 4th liter of water today for this trip. I can't remember. Anyway, this has been Don with Don Your Backpack. So don your backpack and take a hike.